Hello, I have made an analysis of the short story A Mother's Fondness, which is written by Mary and Rachel Stewart in 1974. At first I will talk about what the text is all about, then I want to talk about the structure and the narrator, the character, and then the themes and the message, and in the end I'll try to put this text into perspective to another text. The text is about Katie and her mother. Katie does not come home directly after school, and in the text we hear about both Katie and her mother's thoughts about this situation. The mother cares a lot about Katie and calls a lot of people to try and find her daughter. Katie is with a friend because she does not want to be with her mother. But in the end, Katie does come home, and when they are at home, it seems like nothing had happened at all. The short story starts in media res, which is a common thing for a short story in general. It means that the short story starts in the middle of everything, in the middle of all actions. This we can see in page 1, line 1. I began to worry at 5:30. The story is kind of divided into two parts. The first part of the story, we see everything from the mother's point of view, as she is a first-person narrator. In page 1, line 6, it says, I was afraid. From this we can tell that the mother is a first-person narrator, because we hear about her feelings, and it is referring to an I, to the mother as an I. In the second part, we see all the things from Katie's point of view, but it is still told as a first-person narrator, and in that way we get to hear about both Katie's feelings and the mother's feeling, and that is important to understand their relationship. The mother and Katie is the main characters in this text, but like any other person in the text, they are portrayed with very few details, and you can say that they are kind of flat. I think the writer is trying to portray Katie and the mother as stereotypes on a teenager and a mother, and in that way he is trying to show which problems there can be in this kind of relationship between a mother to a teenage kid. The relationship between Katie and her mother is very important to understand this text, and it also says a lot about these two characters. The mother cares a lot about her daughter. This we can see in page 1, line 8 and 9. My stomach turned, I felt hungry, but could not eat, tired, but could not sleep. Here we can see that the mother does not feel very good because of her daughter being gone. This tells us that the mother loves her daughter very much, even though Katie might not think so. I believe Katie is a teenage girl because of the fact that she is hanging out with her friends after school and she is taking the bus home alone. So I think she's a teenager. Miscommunication between a teenager and a parent is a common thing, and that we also see in this text. As mentioned before, the mother loves Katie a lot and cares a lot about her, but Katie does not notice. She takes her mother's concern as a sign of the mother being angry with her instead of her mother loving her. This we can see in page 1, line 31. Page 2, excuse me. I think she is angry with me, Katie says. This shows what kind of misunderstanding there is between Katie and her mother. And even though they love each other a lot and they want to have a great relationship, they feel a whole different way, and their relationship is not kind of good. This is the kind of struggle that can be between a teenager and the parents. The main theme in the text is growing up. As said before, Katie is this stereotype on a teenage girl, being a teenager is a big step in growing up, and therefore the text is dealing with a teenager. Another thing in growing up is the relationship between the child and its parent. This is also a theme the text is dealing with a lot with, and in that way the text kind of shows which problems there can be with the theme growing up, and especially which kind of struggle there can be between parents and teenagers growing up. The message in this text is how important it can be to talk to each other about how you feel and just be honest with each other. Otherwise, there can be this kind of misunderstandings like we see in this text. As said before, the main theme is growing up, and therefore maybe you can say that. And I think talking about your feelings especially is important when you are a teenager, because it is such an important and difficult part of your life. I have chosen to put this text into perspective to the text Clara's Day, which also deals a lot with the theme growing up as the main theme. In Clara's Day, the main character Clara makes an odd decision to take all of her clothes off and just walk around naked at her school. When her mother finds out about this, her only reaction is to laugh, and this is what makes Clara sad, and maybe and that way maybe we can think that Clara did what she did to be seen by her mother. So like in this text, Mother's Fondness, the mother and a teenage girl have a bad relationship to each other, or maybe an odd relationship to each other, and this relationship is having a deep impact in growing up, which also is the main theme in both of the texts. And in that way, I think a mother's fondness can easily be put into perspective to Clara's Day. Thank you.